right, Guten Morgen. Good morning to you. Most welcome. It's EP Awake here on EP Urban Radio with me, Kofi, Asante, Mensah, with all the crew. I make sure I come back from a weekend like this to serve you with the best of information. It's a special show to give you incredible information, but with speed. It's been a very long and tiring weekend. My producer Henry has not rested since Friday. The camera and online editor nonetheless has not rested. Shakira once again. I hope you are getting well. And the boss himself, Imeku Prince, Mini okay. Good morning to you, executive producer Imeku Prince, Richard Ahmed. Charlie, welcome back. I know it's been a very, very tiring weekend, but we are back here to serve you the best of information here on EP Urban Radio. And the program is EP Awake with yours truly, Kofi Asante Mensah. If we are live on Facebook, the kind courtesy of online editor Yusuf Bilal. We are also live, I might say, on Instagram and Twitter, as well as YouTube. Get online on our website, ep-radio.com. Download our application from your Google Play Store, and it is EP Radio. We are up for the awards, the FN Business Awards. EP Radio, our boss and ourselves, we are winning it. Please vote for us. Don't forget, it is *714 *713 hash. Then you follow it, then you vote for us. You're most welcome. I haven't told you my name. My name is Kofi Asante Mensah, the host with the most. Welcome. On the wings of Yvonne Chaka Chaka from South Africa, this is Nkomochi. Today I'm motivating you on the power of no excuses. No excuses. Are you someone who gives excuses to be able to do what you prefer to do? While the right thing is there for you to do, you have all the excuses. This motivation will surely make you smile. It will empower you. It will ginger you. It won't let you cry like a coin in the hole. Oh my God. NDC Delegate Congress under our lens this morning. We have not lost sight on the budget 2019. The Nana Kofi budget for 2019 will also be under spectrum here on EP Urban Radio and EP Awake with me, Kofi Asante Mensah. Most welcome. This is how I choose to welcome you to today's show. And it is the 19th day of the 11th month. We are heading towards the end of the month, and we are soldiering to end the year with style. Alright, so it's good to have you here on EP Urban Radio, EP Awake with me, Kofi Asante Mensah. We are gathering momentum to bring you the motivation for this very morning. After that, we'll be doing your health for you here on EP Urban Radio. No excuses. Are you somebody who gives excuses? No, you don't have to give excuses again. It's time for us to be motivated and be empowered by this very motivational video, and it is called No excuses. And it's right here for you on EP Urban Radio. We can pick it now here on EP Radio.
Don't have enough time? Is that what's stopping you right now? Don't have enough money? Is that the thing? Or is the thing that's stopping you, you?
Excuses sound best to the person that's making them up. Stop feeling sorry for yourself. Get off the pity potty. Telling everybody your sad and sob stories, trying to get people to show up to your pity parties and your pity parades. If you ever see me in a Rolls Royce, a 6 or 7 star hotel, living my life to the fullest, don't get jealous of me, because I worked my ass off to get it. Nobody handed me nothing. Wake your ass up. Awaken the beast inside. It's game on. It's go season. It's time for you to take advantage of the access and the resources that you have in your country and your community. You got a problem with your life. You got a problem with your environment. Do something about it. If you want it, go get it.
Recognize the excuses are not valid. They're conjured up, they're fabricated, they're lies. And how do you stop the lies? You stop the lies with the truth. That the truth is, you have time. You have the skill, you have the knowledge and the support and the willpower and the discipline to get it done.
The fruit of everything good in life begins with a challenge. Everything is uphill that's going by. And it's not going to come to you, and it's not going to fall in your lap, and it's not going to be something that, oh my God, it just was so simple. It's always going to be difficult.
If you want it, you gotta go get it.
This is your chance. This is your shot. This is your moment. This is your time. This is your place. This is your opportunity.
This is my time. This is my moment. Tomorrow, tomorrow, tomorrow. Ain't no such thing as tomorrow. We only got today. It's your dream. If you want to have it, reach your one up and...
Welcome back. There's no room to make today's work wait for tomorrow. Don't wait for tomorrow. Never. Today, today, today. There is no room for you to give excuses for tomorrow. What you will do for today. Put yourself in a battle. Wake up the beast in you for the reality of life. The battle is yours. Nobody will fight for you. Stand up now and fight for yourself. By way of motivation, that is no excuse. Let's gather momentum for some health this morning. And the health, we are looking at some few tips to do with your health. Some top 20 tips for you here on EP Radio. And I believe it's ready. We can pick it in a bit. With me, Kofi, Asante, Mensah on EP Urban Radio and EP Awake.
It seems like there's a new study out every day presenting scary medical news. Figuring out how to stay healthy can be really stressful, and we all know that stress isn't healthy. Fortunately, there are lots of simple ways to boost your health, from sleeping on your left side to getting a pet. Even playing video games can be good for you in moderation. Prepare to be amazed by this list of 20 genius health tricks.
Amazing!
Number 20. Sleeping on your left side. You may not think it matters which side you lie on when you go to bed, but studies have shown you're better off snoozing on your left side. This position improves blood flow to your organs, helping the spleen and intestines work more efficiently. There's also a big bonus for heartburn sufferers, since several studies have found that sleeping on your left side apparently reduces heartburn. No one knows the exact reason for this, But one hypothesis holds that left side sleeping keeps the junction between the stomach and esophagus above the level of gastric acid. It seems very odd, but it's all true, and the good thing is that left side sleeping is a cool and easy trick everyone can use. Number 19. Don't brush after eating after all. Since you were a kid, you were probably told to brush your teeth after every meal. It turns out that's not such a great idea. Acidic food or drinks, and even healthy foods, like fruits and vegetables, are often very acidic and can soften your tooth enamel. This raises the risk of tooth damage with brushing. A better idea is to wait 30 to 60 minutes after a meal to brush those pearly whites. Number 18. Avoid bright lights before bed. You may like to relax before bed by reading on your tablet, surfing the internet, or updating your calendar on your phone. Unfortunately, even if these things are relaxing, they can prevent you from sleeping soundly. It's the blue light produced by all our electronic devices. Any kind of bright lights at night interfere with the production of melatonin, a hormone that helps us sleep. Several studies have linked exposure to bright light at night to increased risk of several forms of cancer, heart disease, and obesity. Some preliminary evidence suggests lower melatonin levels may increase the risk of cancer. If you like to read, a paper book is a better idea than an e-reader. But if you have to use something with a screen, a pair of amber-tinted glasses can reduce the blue light and help you sleep better. Now that's a bright idea. Number 17. Sitting correctly at a computer. Sitting at a computer can leave you with all sorts of aches and pains, and poor posture is a big part of the problem. Admit it, you sat up straighter just hearing that. Improving posture is a good start, but there are other changes you can make to reduce strain when sitting. Raise the height of your chair, put your keyboard and mouse on your desktop surface, and move your monitor or laptop screen so it's at exactly the height of your face. That way, you won't strain your neck looking down. Number 16. Exercising longer is not a good way to lose weight. While experts agree exercise has many health benefits, it is not a magic bullet for weight loss. In fact, physical activity is usually only a tiny percentage of your daily calorie burn. Most of the calories you burn result from your resting metabolism. In other words, the basic functioning of your body, like breathing. Additionally, many people overeat after exercise because it makes them hungry. If you do exercise, longer sessions may seem like a good idea, but you'll actually get more metabolic benefits from a shorter, more intense workout than a longer one. High-intensity interval training, or HIIT, helps you burn more calories after you finish exercising. One study found those who do a HIIT workout burned 100 calories more in the following 24 hours than those who did a longer, lower-intensity sweat session. This can have some weight loss benefits, if you don't follow your workout with a box of donuts. Instead, pack a healthy snack to eat after you exercise, as HIIT is most effective when paired with a healthy diet. I'm not saying that exercise is bad and you shouldn't do it. What I'm saying is that exercise alone is not enough or as important as most people think. Instead, put more focus on maintaining a healthy diet and the way you exercise. Number 15. Smoothies, energy bars, and even some salads are not healthy. Now that you know diet and calories are more important than exercise when it comes to losing weight, you may think ordering a salad is the way to go. Salads certainly can be healthy, as vegetables like lettuce, kale, and carrots tend to be low in calories and high in vitamins and fiber. But some restaurants add so much cheese, salad dressing, and sometimes even fried meats to their salads that they can top 1,000 calories. If you're dining out, ask for dressing on the side so you can use a small amount and limit the extra calories. You can also ask for the cheese on the side, or left off entirely. If your salad comes with meat, ask for it to be grilled instead of fried. Smoothies and energy bars often have an unhealthy amount of calories as well, and it's always a good idea to check the label before buying, or read a restaurant's nutrition info online before ordering. Number 14.
Alright, so it's all well here. We would pick them gradually. We've ended it here at number 15. At least we have some 5 key things we would have to consider. It's talking about stress. and it's also talking about not brushing immediately after eating. You have to wait for some 60 minutes. That's 1 hour. You have to wait. And when you're about to go to bed, you don't have to be watching through a bright light. At least some blue light could do, not your phone. If you want to read before you go to bed, not electronically, you would have to read a normal hard copy material. So, and also a certain posture. It also spoke about certain posture, how you would have to sit properly at the office. Great sitting posture enhances your health quality and your spinal cord and all of that. Exercise is good, but you have to add it plus diet would be very, very good for your health. So exercise, but don't forget to also eat. Ready for some sports? And this is EP Radio, and time for sports this morning. The Black Queens are in the news, ladies and gentlemen. The Women's African Cup of Nations has virtually kick-started last Saturday. A lot of news for you. Who is taking control of Group A now? The World Cup is also on. So let's begin with the headlines here on EP Sports with me, Kofi Asante Mensah. So Black Queens peep Algeria in opener. Honestly, we were expecting more goals. I'll read that bit to you. That's the very first headline. Cameroon bounced back to beat Mali. Jordan struck twice on his returns. Jordan, are you? It was very, very giant. Let's go on this morning. Give us your best shoots. Nigeria, Morocco. Uganda qualify for AFCON 2019. Who is saying this? Some ex-players are jealous. Who is saying this? I'll get you the details right here on EP Sports. With yours truly, Kofi Asante Mensah. Some foreign news. Man United piloting £60 million bid for Rick Ford. The story is also here. I'll give you the details. And let's start with the Black Queens. We have some stories from the head coach of the Black Queens. But I begin with you with the opener match. How did you find the open ceremony and also the game between Ghana's Black Queens and their Algerian counterpart? The Black Queens of Ghana defeated Algeria by a solitary goal in the opening game of the African Women's Cup of Nations. Gladys Amphobia's 13th minute strike was enough for the Black Queens to open the campaign for victory. Honestly, for me, it wasn't enough. I was expecting more goals. I was actually watching that match. They had a lot of chances. And they couldn't score as expected. I was expecting some more goals like Zambia and and Equatorial Guinea played yesterday. Zambia pipped Equatorial Guinea by 5 goals to 0. So the Black Queens coach is on the news. Head coach of the female national team, the Black Queens, Bashiru Hayford, is confident Ghana will end Nigeria's dominance at the African Women's Cup of Nations as this country hosts the tournament for the first time. We pray you are able to host and win. But for the start, I'm not sure the opener match with Algeria was a good start for us. We won by a long goal, 1-0, and for me it wasn't best. Cameroon bounced back to beat Mali by 2-1. The indomitable Lionesses of Cameroon came from a goal down to beat Mali 2-1 in their Group A opener on Saturday at the Accra Sports Stadium. That's a very good one. I'm not sure would have done the same if Ghana was down by 1 goal by the Algerian. Jordan's brace helps Ghana beat Ethiopia. Jordan Ayew enjoyed a dream return to the Ghana national team yesterday as he struck twice in the first half of the Black Stars' 2-0 victory over Ethiopia in a 2019 Africa Cup of Nations qualifier. That's Jordan Ayew. It comes with a picture of some celebration. Jordan Ayew celebrating with colleagues. I can see Asamoah in the picture here, but I don't know whether Asamoah did play. Harry, did Asamoah play? You didn't watch. NDC. Some more stories for you here on EP Radio. And this is EP Sports with yours truly, Kofi, Asante, Mensah, Jordan. Okay, the same story over here. Give us your best shot. Who is saying this? The First Lady tells the Black Queens as they open Alcon with win. The First Lady, Mrs. Rebecca Akufo-Addo, has charged the female senior team, the Black Queens, to score and win the African Women's Cup hosted in Ghana. I think that's very encouraging. I was watching her in the open ceremony when she said, "Let the game begin." Alright, so Thomas Partey is in the news this morning. Ghana's Thomas Partey nominated for BBC Africa Player Award. That's a great news. Last week, I remember Henry, he was in the news for being selected as the week's team. I'll get to details on that. But this week, Thomas Partey, Ghana international and Atletico Madrid midfielder Thomas Partey, his name is Thomas Tay Partey. He's from my land, the Krobo land, has been nominated for the 2018 BBC African Player of the Year Award. That's great news. That's very superb. That's great news. Alright, so we'll be voting for Thomas Partey. We'll be encouraging Thomas Partey to do more for us in that very nomination. And with respect to awards and nomination, we are here encouraging you to vote for us. EP Radio, EP Urban Radio, and EP Awake. Our boss is also taking an award, and it is the FN Business Awards. Right. Broadcaster, digital broadcaster of the year, EP Radio. Vote for us. Star 714 1414 star 714 star then 713 hash. Okay, the 3 comes first. Oh, why do I keep changing this? So please, the number is this: star 713 then star then 714 then hash. Again, star 713 star 714 then hash. Please follow it and vote for us. When they open for us to vote for Thomas Partey and the BBC African Player of the Year Awards, we will be encouraging you here on EP Radio to be doing that. So that's by way of sports for you here on EP Radio. All right, so time to have the breakfast newspaper headlines with me, Kofi, Asante, Mensah. The headlines are more than ready for you here, and it is more of NDC. The National Democratic Congress went for their National Delegates Congress this weekend, and it's fantastic to report that the chairperson for to drive the seat for the NDC for the next, if you like, 4 years or so would be Samuel Ofosu Ampofo. Let's begin the headlines. We'll start with the Daily Dispatch this morning. Look at this. This is the Daily Dispatch, and its motto is factually reliable, reliably factual. That's the Daily Dispatch. I start with you. Can MPP and NDC solve their problems? It's a big question mark over there, and he says hit by serious infighting. See story at the full story at the back page. So the back page carries the full story, and here it is. You can grab yourself the Daily Dispatch newspaper. Another headline says struggling to fulfill election promises. Comes with a picture of the NPP logo. The NPP logo. And we have George Anda discharged, right? Tanking all. Comes with a picture of the MP George Anda. He had an accident and he's doing well. He's been discharged. And in tomorrow's dispatch, full analysis of NDC's national elections. Tomorrow's Daily Dispatch will cover that for you here on EP Radio. We'll do that. We'll cover it for you extensively. We sent our reporter and my producer Henry Edu out to follow through for us with respect to the NDC Congress. He's here to file some report for us. But before he comes, let's do the Chronicle. The Chronicle newspaper this morning says banner headline: NDC displays incompetence at Congress. Even national elections don't take this long, says delegates. Wow. That's the picture. Comes with some portion of delegates sleeping, others wild awake, and others in a pickup truck. I think that's by way of the accident that occurred as part of the NDC National Delegate Congress. And that's it for you. Story at the page 2 and 3 of the Chronicle, I must say, not the Daily Dispatch, the Chronicle newspaper. Another headline also here says Ghana is a good place to do business, World Bank report. And the story is at page 14. The story is at page 14. Armed men open fire on police, BNI officers. Some sustained injuries, degrees of wounds. And I understand one of the police commanders has been admitted at the Konfanoche hospital and is in a critical condition. You see, when armed robbers, listen, when armed robbers open fire on military and police officers like this, the media will not talk on behalf of the police. Yes, the media, everybody is quiet. Everybody is quiet. But when the police open fire on armed robbers and gun down some armed robbers, you hear what will happen in the news. Police fire and gun down, human rights activists will rise. This is total nonsense. You think the police, if your wife or your husband, your brother or your sister is a police officer, you would understand that best. All right, so we can do some more stories for you as we prepare to gather reports from our reporter Henry Edu Amigal. So the Daily Graphic, truth and accuracy every day. That's their slogan. Ofosu Ampofo chairs NDC. Esiedu Ketia, still General Secretary, and it's here. Comes with a picture of Ofosu Ampofo in white apparel, and he has the NDC paraphernalia around his neck, roped around in spectacles, and he is now the chair of the biggest opposition, NDC, preparing to come to power in 2020. All right, police commander in critical condition after being shot by assailant. Page 16 carries that story enough. Said my opinion on that very story already. Narrow win for Black Queens, and I've spoken about the Cameroon go top of Group A, back page of the Daily Graphic newspaper. We can do the final newspaper here, and that has to do with the Daily Guide. The Daily Guide newspaper has on its front page Koku Anidoho, who looks very sad. Mosquito sacks Koku's blood at NDC's Congress as cash goodies flow. Hey, Mosquito, are you not afraid of Ntonton? Mosquito, you are not afraid of Esirun Ketia, Johnson Esirun Ketia. You are also Samuel Koku Anidoho. He has another urban name, I've forgotten though. But the story is here. Mosquito sacks. Do you know sacks? Ya chumoja. Hey. Ya chumoja. Moja. He sacks Koku's blood. I'm telling you. Comes a picture of Koku Anidoho and Johnson Esirun Ketia. Mahama, another headline says Otunfor settles and Dani Abudu rift in Dagbon crisis. Comes a picture of Otunfor at the front page of the Daily Guide newspaper. Also here, Mahama fights Nana over corruption. Another headline comes with a picture of JJ Rawlings. Rawlings confuses NDC with coded message. Al-Shabaab. The message is coded. We'll play the message for you here on EP Awake. And he says, let's listen to ourselves. Thank you. Let's listen to us. So he just says that and thanked the audience, and he went away. And we are preparing for the big discussion here on EP Radio with yours truly, Kofi, Asante, Mensah. We'll be delving much into the budget this morning and do NDC politics. We understand that Voltarians, the tribal politics, the Volta region has no representative in the national, from general secretary to, from chairperson, I must say, to general secretary to communication. Hey, Fred Agbanyo, are you there? Hey, Fred. No, you started campaigning before this small boy started, you know? Oh, God. All right, so let's go to Studio B and pick some few reports from our reporter and head of production here at EP Radio, head of programs, I must say, Mr. Henry Edu Amiyao is joining us for some discourse. And also, we would have in the studio, we have already Omar Rabiu Kuta is also Zubi Ghana Limited Finance Officer, and he will be helping us to digest the budget this morning. We'll begin with some few reports coming from the NDC, then we'll zero into the budget as it was read on Thursday by the finance minister, and we'll detail it. We'll later on be joined by Yawo Atikbo, communication team member of NDC Ayawaso Central. Gentlemen, you are welcome. Let me say good morning to my boss himself, Edu Amiyao, Mr. Henry Edu Amiyao. You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you.
I realize you are stretched up already. It hasn't been easy I can see. Has it
Not
been?
at all,
Not at all. Let me say good morning to our boss, Omar Arabiu. Most welcome, sir.
Thank you, sir.
It's good to see you in the studio. Today we'll be talking more finance.
It's a privilege coming to you.
Absolutely, it's good to have you. And let me begin with you, our reporter and our head of programs, Henry Edu Amiyao, who is also the producer of EP Awake. How was it, by way of reports, from Friday? You began observing proceedings at the NDC Delegates Congress. How was it?
Okay. Good morning, the EP Awake listeners and also
Absolutely,
viewers.
sure.
I'm happy I'm here.
Yes.
Yeah, it was a good feeling when finally NDC much anticipated Congress that happened last Saturday. Yeah, first of all, I want to pick it from the choice of location that why NDC had to choose a trade fair. That's international trade fair.
The Fantasy Dome.
Yeah, that is actually located at the Labadi, South Labadi. Instead of what they did recently doing the women and youth
Election. National election.
Yeah, national election that was.
They did that at Kaswa.
Yeah, somewhere around Kaswa,
Okay.
Pentecost prayer center.
It's quite open area.
Yes.
Okay.
In fact, when the last somewhere last 2 weeks or so, I was there. We went there when the place was very far. Seriously. So, in trying to get answers for why NDC prefer the trade fair instead of where they had the recent women's organizers and the youth executive, the place was very far because initially I was thinking we were going somewhere around Kaswa or something. I was told the place was Pentecost University, but when we got there, the facilities there, everything depicts the modern university state.
Okay.
The place was beautiful.
Okay.
The streets, the way they laid the roads and the well painted, everything is styled. If you want the summer hat and the environment, if you are there, you forget that you go somewhere.
Wow.
It was a very nice atmosphere. The place was beautiful.
Wow.
It was a serious place. And I wonder why they call it Pentecost prayer camp instead of utilizing it for university, because my understanding was that initially it was built for university. Either they've not fully operationalized it and they are using it for prayer camp.
Okay.
So,
Are you having a problem with the choice of venue, the NDC?
No, I'm just relating it to
Okay.
why my initial answer was that okay, probably because of the place was very far. That could be the reasons. Then trade fair is easier for people
To access the
just
place.
go there
Okay.
because there are a lot of things involved. But that also, when you get there was also a challenge in the problem at the place, even though the place is
So tell us, looking at 9,000 people at one location like the trade fair.
Okay.
How was it? Did they get a lot of room to place ballots and do, like, how was it?
Okay, very well. That actually prompted my analysis from the choice of location and other stuff.
Okay.
Because at the Pentecost prayer center,
Yes.
which is located somewhere very far from Kaswa, Nyanyano area. When you are there, it's almost like you are in central region, very far from town. And you actually have to go there with 4-way drive because Saloon is not very friendly to go there. The place was very far and the potholes and so what not. But at the trade fair, you can easily get there. But the shortcoming was that when you get to the trade fair, most of the delegates that we spoke with, that and I actually witnessed some too. People slept openly at the places. There were not enough rooms. It looked as if there were not enough preparation in terms of accommodation for the people. Or either the organizers might have overlooked or they did not anticipate the kind of people who will be turning out. even
No,
though
but
they are aware
yeah,
of the
they're
delegates, the number of people who are supposed to come, but coupled with the other officials, the former MPs, the former delegates who one way or the other might have lost the elections and they are coming in as for instance the regional officers who recently they had their regional competitions and some lost and the new ones came in and the women's organizer and also deputies, then the youth organizers on their deputies too. So all these past officials who supposed to come and grace the occasions and also change the baton onto the new ones. So all these people supposed to come and vote. So either they did not anticipate those things. So or if they did,
but this is the 9th Congress. This is the 9th Congress.
Yeah, actually, yeah, that's the caption.
Yes, 9th. Yes, and it's true.
National delegates.
We have done presumably about 7 general elections and that is Fourth Republic.
Yeah, since 1992.
Absolutely, and NDC has won 4. This is a very...
And NPP has won 10. This is their 10.
Absolutely. So coming from a background and a delegate congress and 9 delegate congress, don't you think there should be much experience at holding programs like this? But this is the first time, talking about accommodation, delegates are complaining in the front page of the Chronicle that even general election wouldn't take that space of duration. And that's too much. This is the first time in the history of the NDC, the 9th Congress is the worst duration in terms of time duration, is the worst.
Maybe Kofi, in trying to answer that,
yes.
What the Chronicle, is it Chronicle?
Yes, the Chronicle.
Who is trying to say that NDC displays incompetence at Congress. Yeah. So probably they may not have the insight because I expect the reporters to know, that's the reporters for Chronicle to know that NDC initially were voting with 9 different categories of voting.
Yeah, those are the positions, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
But now it has been increased to 25. So if you balance the equation, 9 to 25, it gives you far different. That is more than almost twice of the original. So that increases the number of participants that the delegates automatically. Delegates stroke the officials who are supposed to come and also the committee which was set up to make sure this Congress comes to be. So there were some, I'm sure they overlooked certain things. So this one we are just in Accra and the trade fair, probably some can just move home and come. But I understand some.
I don't know whether you would like to pick a bite on what we are discussing.
Oh, probably when I feel it, you can come in.
Come in.
But you see, apart from the accommodation, which was not too much of the talk there, because one, this is a family, this is a NDC fraternity themselves. Then this thing happens every 4 years. So this thing, most of them met 4 years ago, and even though they were in power last 2 years until December 7, they were still in power. Some never met, apart from probably the government officials and the other executive at the constituency level. But the ordinary NDC members, probably after the Congress, the last Congress that they had, they never met. So it's like a meeting ground for friends. So they may not have the feeling of I'm not sleeping well or not. But to go into what the newspaper says that it's worst form of a Congress because they spent 3 days and even national election may not take that long. What I observed was that the media present at the place was phenomenal. It was marvelous. It was huge. The media were there. With maybe print media, we may not see the people there, but the reporters were there. But the radio and television, almost all the relevant radio and TV stations were there with their representative, with the setup, as you know, what happens at the conferences like this. Because
and EP radio were there some.
Yeah, we were there certainly. I was there as an observer, particularly on behalf of the EP radio and also as a producer of the EPR
Yes,
Week.
sure.
Yes, I needed to be there to observe things myself. So I was there since last Friday night. I got there somewhere 11 p.m. Then I observed thoroughly everything that went on throughout the night till yesterday somewhere 2 to 3 a.m. Then I came back to sleep. What happened was that there were a lot of media pulling them here. Every given time the officials are being interviewed. They were interviewed throughout. And I sense that even though once these interviews are going on, the organizers are supposed to be doing other aspects of the organization. But the voting process, that was stretched. It took too long for the voting, for instance.
So tell me, what might have caused the voting process to stretch like that? Because I was anticipating that by the dawn, the next morning, at most by 4 a.m., the results should be trickling in. It wasn't like that, but they took us all the way to almost 12 of Sunday.
Yeah, one, if, for instance, if you're looking at the general secretary race, that you had the Johnson, Mr. Johnson, Sedi Ketia, and that of his deputy, Kweku, who contested him.
Yes.
So you can see that this is a straight fight probably for two people. So with that, they bring it, they put this in here, they put this here. You can just have a few boxes that they bring them and it's done. But unlike other polls that people were vying for, that you could get as many as 11 different contenders, that they are all vying for this. So with that, instead of having like 2-3 boxes, you will have like 15 to 18 boxes bringing, because there are a lot of...
Can someone say the NDC organizers of this very Congress were not smart enough? Because you anticipate all of this and make sure you see, time is essential.
No, I'm saying that it depends how, because if you are saying that maybe by 3-4 hours or 24 hours we are done with this, but the people who are participating in the various polls,
yes,
the numbers have increased. That say that if there are 2 or 3, it has gone up to 10 or 15.
That's fine.
So
but do you think it's worth the period we spent?
To say that, because to them, even though people went there last Friday, but the Friday cannot be added to as a day of the Congress. The day of the Congress was Saturday morning, and probably doing the processes. Then you're supposed to.
But you have delegates from the northern region.
Yeah, because the delegates arrived. The arriving was throughout the night. That some supposed to come, because at all costs by 6 a.m. Saturday 6 a.m. the 7th November 2018, you should report. So if you check the date that was set aside for this Congress, it was 17th November. That is supposed to. So probably if you come, if you get in earlier, somewhere 16th, that was Friday, probably they did not factor that as issue. Their thinking is that.
But why don't you think it should be factored in as an issue?
Of course,
because if we're doing the conference in Tamale, in the northern region, all of us from the southern part of the country will travel there a day before.
Of course.
So it should be factored into it.
Well, I'm sure that's the practice in organization and events. That some of us who are into production and events.
As a reporter, did you feel the National Democratic Congress at a point failed in its organization of this very...
Of course, because I have to be objective and say things right. As I was there as an observer, I have to say exactly what I saw there, because myself, I have a cause to complain that how come, because one of the shortcomings that I observed was the coordination. People were coordinating the event at the place. Yeah, that the coordinators, especially the MC, the one who was MC the program.
Who was MCing the program? I think
the one who was MC.
It's not Kofi Adams.
No, initially when the place was open for the Saturday, where the former president, the Mr. Jerry John Rawlings came there, and the former president John Dramani Mahama was also there. Everything was done. Then Kofi Adam was MC the program. When they got to somewhere around, because the electoral materials and officials came in around 2-3 there. I was there when they arrived with the security. Then the place was set up. So the voting actually started somewhere around 4 o'clock, 5 in the evening. Then it moved throughout the night. So most of these officials who had been there in the previous night got tired. They needed to go and rest, thinking that everything had been set and the voting would take the pattern. Then people who are in charge of the committee, which was set that the former executive of I remember the name I give you, but Zambidin. Bidin was one of the committee guys. Then also Kofi, then other they were in charge of that. So they were there throughout. But Kofi Adams and other people, Kofi Adams initially MC the program. They had to go and sort of find somewhere to rest so that they can come back dawn time. So Peter Banfu, who is also a morning show newspaper analyst at the Radio Good, who was actually the one emceeing the program, doing the voting process. And I think that with my experience with the event and organizations and things, I see that he was lacking. He has the vim to talk. He has he's able to speak in different languages, like some Hausa, small, and all that stuff. That he did not have the full knowledge of the political organization, how the voting pattern would take place. And because of that, he was facing challenges. Because, for instance, if the papers are sent to you, I was expecting that as an MC, when you say that the voting has started, you call that, Central Ayawaso people, you are to start voting. I was expecting him that you will call the organizer or chairman of Central Ayawaso and say that, please submit your list of people, delegates who are supposed to vote. Then you can even go ahead and mention the delegates' names so that they know that if you are not a delegate, you don't go there. For instance, the mostly they're supposed to come like 28 delegate members. That's how most of the ward and the branches, the number of the delegates who voted mostly, they come with a number of 28 people. So, but they could have other people who are officials at the various ward and who might have come with them. They will follow them to the place. And so before the security comes in to say that no, you are not delegates, so set aside for the other people, it would have taken a lot of time.
That's very fine.
I was expecting him to be mentioning names of the delegates and also get the list. But in this case, they will just mention the location that Abrekuma West, it's your turn, go and vote. Then these people will get the list of the people who are supposed to vote will not be there. Then the MC will then come and say that the organizer for Wajokuku or something, or the chairman, you need to come to the backstage to see it. That's why I'm saying that everything might have been done on paper, everything was okay. You understand? Yeah. But the one who is the master ceremony, yes, the one who is MC the program. That's why I talk about coordination. That he's the one who is coordinating in between the podium, the stage, and the parties and the delegates. The one who he mentions it, even though they're prepared to bring it, but they go there and there are lack of information. They don't have certain information, and they will have to come back and disturb him on stage. And so several number of times you see that he will go and bend down and be talking to them. A lot of people protesting, saying that, look, why should you start from Tamale Central? Instead of going Tamale Central, Tamale South, North and East, they will go, he will mention Tamale Central. After voting, he will move to Upper West and go and mention from there.
So it wasn't properly coordinated. That's the key point.
Yeah, that's
the key point. So you want to hold your breath over there. I'll come back to you pretty shortly. Let me pick. You be ready with the results from the chairperson to all the positions as elected which were up for grabs.
Okay.
Just be ready. But let me come to Omar. A quick bite on what we are discussing before we enter into the finance.
Before I make any comment.
Yeah.
What is happening?
I'll let you closer to your microphone.
I would like to, first of all, say a very good morning to Richard's News.
Okay.
This is my first time.
Sure.
next few minutes, and I'm happy to be part of the show.
Okay. Maybe you have to come forward without holding the microphone.
Okay. I think I've heard what my boss has said, and I think from his analysis of his explanation, probably there's a lack of coordination.
Yeah.
Since you knew that the number of
Is it not shameful to talk of a party like NDC to lack coordination in this regard? Petty
I
things.
think I'll not say shameful. But probably some people were sleeping in their job. Probably were not doing what is supposed to do. Or the person
That makes it quite shameful if you're organizing for a party like
I
NDC.
think, okay, probably we say that, based on even the headlines now.
Yes, sir.
It's
But some headlines, are for the MPP media.
that is part of the political
Yes,
landscape. You expect that to happen.
Mm.
But for me, I think that since you knew that the numbers or the position has increased from 9 to 25, you should be able to have a framework in place
Absolutely.
where you take care of
Do you
it.
have a problem with the choice of venue?
I don't think the choice of venue is a problem. Fairfax is a big area. No, it's a huge area that it can accommodate a lot of people. 9,000 is a bit small.
But we saw some complaints that the space wasn't enough.
Okay.
What did
I've
MP
not-
pursue
I've not
this?
I think they were in.
Koforia.
When MPP one,
Yeah.
at the Koforia.
Koforia.
I did the Koforia at the Technical
University.
University,
Yeah.
which is very large place,
Very large place.
behind the Galloway, the police
Yeah.
regional headquarters
Yeah.
around Sectec.
Well,
I was thinking Trade Fair was a huge place.
Trade Fair is very huge
Yeah,
place.
it's a huge place.
But I don't know, the fantasy dome.
What
is
was
very
it?
big.
Was it that the delegates were complaining?
You see
about
that the Fantasy Dome is located at the car when you enter the Trade Fair,
Yes.
for the main gate.
Yeah.
The second and third turn on the right, the very far corner at the car park, behind the big car park. The place is very large.
Yeah.
That I think it is meant for 10 to 15,000 capacity a place. So it could accommodate almost everybody.
So far as the 9,000.
Yes,
Yes,
but
yes.
the problem is the movement where the place is located and where consultations are being done at the various places.
I think the
that
problem is the setting.
yeah, the
I
setting,
understand this.
the movement. I told you about the Pentecost prayer center, which is confined to a place whereby as soon as you enter there, you will not be able to move to any other place. Everything is just within the place because
Okay.
it's like it will curve as a university campus.
That's very fine. So listen to this. After over 16 hours of voting and several hours of sorting and counting, provisional results indicate Samuel Ofosu Ampofo, Johnson Esedun Ketia, and Joshua Akamba will lead the NDC for the next 4 years as chair, secretary, general secretary, and national organizer, respectively. Listen to this. We have national chairman, candidates vote. Listen, Dan Agbodakpi. 2,199. Dan Agbodakpi from Volta. Betty Maud Idrisu, 358. 358. Samuel Ofosu Ampofo, Brasami Futu. Hey, Brasami. Here, 3,656. 3656. Alhaji Huduyaya. You see, he had 1,823. 1,823. We're expecting a stiff competition between Betty Maud Idrisu and Alhaji Huduyaya. For me, I never expected that for some people will win and will win with this margin. Let's talk about the
You
chess.
see, what happened at the place?
Okay.
No, you want to come in.
Yeah.
I think based on even before the election, pundits, those that were internal
Sure.
The
And
team.
analysts.
analysts,
Yes.
and even internal people in NDC
Mhm.
were predicting Ampofo and then Alhaji Huduyaya and then Abudapi to be challenging.
Okay.
So even Betty Maud was not even
It
counted.
was not bad.
Yeah, so I was not surprised Ampofo was won.
Won
because
it.
People were predicting that he was going to contest with Alhaji Huduyaya. But from the perspective of the regional
Balance.
Mm.
they were thinking that if they give it to how do you call it, Huduyaya,
Mm.
it may be that the minority leader is from the northern region. likely the presidency candidature will come from the northern region. Why again do you give somebody from the northern region? It's like there's a kind of partiality in one area. So why not change the
Then the best place should be Volta region, either than Eastern for Samuel for example.
I think that is in between.
Don't forget, that's their world.
That is between Ampofo and then Abudabi. And then for me, I probably
Is it Abudabi came close?
The message, how do you call it?
He had 2,199, 2,000, and for example for 3,650.
The gap is just around
something. Yeah. And well, let's do
You
some
see
analysis.
with the chairmanship position, what happened was that before, and I want to believe that strategic political decision that was taken yesterday or this dawn at the place in the interest of NDC. Why? You recollect that the last Friday, Daily Dispatch on their front page brought a caption.
Alright, so I forgot Danny Annan is also part. Yeah, 309. 309. Yeah, Danny Annan was part. Yeah, 309. Okay.
Yeah. And you do recollect that?
Yes.
The Daily Dispatch reported of the inner memo that captioned the inner memo of MPP exposed that the memo talks about the Ufosuampo chairmanship of NDC would disturb MPP.
Yes, I think it was published in the media.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. That it was in the last Friday, the 16th of November, the front page, the full page that was attributed to that. So strategically, if you check that particular paper and the reportage was exactly 100% true, because the decision is that one, Ufosuampo has been a deputy youth organizer, a national organizer for NDC, and he has been a parliamentary candidate, and he was in parliament before. Then he became a deputy regional minister, became a minister. Then now he currently, before got in this position that was yesterday, he was the current director of elections. It tells you that he has a full knowledge of the electoral processes, and people like that are the ones who are very dangerous and can put a difficult business for opposition, any opposition that they
Okay, so we'll have to run this as quick as possible so we hit into the finance. Do you think it's the right choice for chairperson?
No, at the moment, with the rebuilding of NDC mantra, it tells you that they couldn't have done any other thing. He is the best choice at the moment. I tell you what, he is young, so you talk about energy. Uncle Dan, Ambassador Dan, Abedakpe, he is aging now. Auntie Betty Moon herself is also aging, and I don't think NDC had thought or gotten to the level that they said they want a lady to bring to be the chairperson. Is not connected with competent. She is 100% and more than that competent because he has been.
So at least she put 350.
But the threat that Ufosuampo chairmanship post to MPP is coming from Eastern Region. And the Eastern Region.
He was the director of election, and he was from the Eastern Region.
Yes.
And MPP beat them.
No, but then he wasn't a chairman.
Okay.
He wasn't a chairman.
So we have
why?
Yes.
Because Eastern Region is the MPP second city apart from Asante Region. So if you get somebody because of political history.
Okay. We'll have time
somebody
to do
coming from the region
because we hear
he will pull some of them.
We hear them within last 2016 election that they have agenda 50-50 for Eastern Region, which backfired. There's a lot of talk about it. We'll have time to discuss that. Let's move to the national vice chairman position where we have lawyer Edu Yaboa pulling some 782 votes, pulling 782, and also Said Sinari. Okay, forgive me, Sinari pulling some 1,201. 1201 Alhaji Amadu Bukari Sorogo, yes, pulling some 605, and set Ofosu Onyene 439 votes, and Yao Owusu
Ofosu had what? How much?
yes, Ofosu
Onyene.
Onyene had 439.
430.
Let's set Ofosu Onyene, and Yao Owusu Obimpe 841. Sherry Ayita was there, and she pulled 1,285, and also Alhaji Sumaila Masei Mahama 168. Awudu S Asoka winning that with 2,664. And also the final one here, Dr. Kwame Ampo for 279. Now to the General Secretary. We'll come back to the Vice Chairperson race. General Secretary, straight contest between Johnson Esiedu Ketia and Samuel Kokusi Chauffeur on Nidoho. And the results are here, and Koku pulled 1,625 votes, 1,625 votes, and as compared to Johnson Esiedu Ketia, who won with a landslide 6,642, 6,642 votes. And a little bit disturbance at the Deputy General Secretary competition, where Edua Sari is heavily complaining.
Yeah, former MP for Adenta.
Yeah.
What happened was that on the list, the voting list, that the ballot that it comes with names. So for instance, when it comes is Kofi Asante Mensah.
Yes.
Then your picture is a buzzard on that.
Yeah.
And my picture is supposed to be there with your name. In his case, the ballot box came with the paper came with a dual Sari's picture on it, all right. But it accompanied with Francis Yabua.
Why that?
So the EC in declaring
for me, I support Edu. He should make sure that very election of the Deputy General Secretary is annulled. He should go to
but sir, because these are some of the
incompetence,
not incompetent. What happened? Why? Probably they are putting it that way. But I'm saying that these are some of the challenges that delayed the progress of the election. Instead of finishing maybe 30 something of 40 something hours,
but
it took like 72 hours to finish.
Edu Asari is not relenting on this.
So but they contested it. But you see, in this case, your picture is there, and the voting people vote with the pictures. So the picture is there. So if people are to vote, I don't want to believe that.
No, that is not scientifically proven.
I'm not defending that it's a good thing to do. I'm just saying that if other people who are not even educated, when they go to vote, they will see that, oh, this is our boss, his picture is there. If they are to vote for the person, the picture is there.
Yes.
But the name, because legally, the electoral commission aspect, they will deal with the name and that of the company picture.
You see, when I'm going to vote and I see Edu Asari, is that Edu Asari?
Yeah,
Edu Asari, and his picture is there, and his name is what?
Francis Yabua.
I'll see Edu Asari is not serious. I won't vote for him.
Yes, because of the name changing. So there was a challenge, and they had to.
So Edu Asari has virtually lost the election from the word go.
For me,
me,
I don't know exactly what.
So it was a sort of printing mistake of a sort.
Well, it didn't happen to anybody than Edu
For
Asari.
the electoral commission, there are some kind of mistakes like this will happen.
Oh, let's find out whether the electoral commission printed all of this or the NDC election committee.
No, that's why I was saying that the electoral officer who came to announce the result, he came to clear the air that particular aspect was not done by their outfit, and it was brought by NDC, the organizing committee.
So he cleared that.
Yeah,
now NDC made the error.
Yes.
Then what we need to do probably was to not continue with the election.
Of course.
That particular one. Seize but then postpone it to
They went ahead with it.
No. Listen. It delayed the process because they had to change it.
It did. But here,
they changed the ballot paper.
That particular, yes.
Oh, okay.
So that's why it took for some time. That's what I'm telling you.
Oh, but that should not stop the election from.
Yeah, because it's just a name, so the name can just be collected.
It is not a just.
It's not just a name.
No, of course.
It's not a just.
Because this is internal election, so people know themselves.
So they voted, they went ahead. And Edu Asare was able to pull some 288 votes as against Ephraim Ni Tansaki, 349 votes, and Kali Caesar, 867, George Lawson, 547, Alhaji Nuru Hamidan. Have I done it well?
Alhaji Nuru Hamidan, yes.
Hamidan, 1,069, and also lawyer Barbara Sewa Asamoah, 3,041.
Yeah, she actually.
Evans Amu, 33.
Yes.
Abdullah Ishak
Yeah.
Farouk, 106. Lawyer David Kweku Wowie Brown. I'm not sure I'm doing justice to this name well. 136. Okay. And Ni Diodu, right? 50. Peter Buama
Otukono, you remember the name?
Yes. 1,816. So it's quite sad for me. Kojo Edu Asare pulled 288. Quite a sad one. Over
so
there.
So I want to say that in reality,
I'm not surprised.
You're not surprised.
Yes, in reality, the name couldn't have changed anything, except that it delayed the process because they had to come and change the name. Just that the name, the picture was there. If, for instance, if they had the people had been brought without the picture, that is the difficulty, because if you see somebody else's picture there and a different name, that would have been a difficult. In this case, his picture was there and the name. So all what they needed to do is to cancel the name and set his name there.
Oh, but what did Idrissa himself say? What is his?
He
Then
wasn't
of course
happy.
there were protestation where
He wasn't happy.
They
He
have
wasn't
to
happy at
stop
all.
the process.
All right, so let's move on quickly and
but there was interesting stuff there that you didn't. You remember there was a name that you mentioned?
Yes.
That Chief Azoka.
Yes.
You remember the name?
Chief Azoka, yeah. Azoka.
Azoka was fully there, and
Azoka
as I
won.
talk,
He won.
Azoka is the first national chairperson of NDC. First chairperson.
Yeah.
First, because they have 3 people.
Yeah.
Azoka himself. Then there's a man, Mr. Suleiman, and his son.
Yeah, so Azoka had 2,664.
Yeah, okay.
And there's one who pulled 1,000, Sherry.
Yeah.
Pulled 1,285.
Yeah.
She will be the next person. Then
She's the 3rd vice chairperson.
Okay, so
Yeah, because there was
the Said Sinari pulled
Mr. Sinari 1,285.
1,201.
1,201.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Said Sinari.
the 3 of them.
He's a former ambassador to Egypt and also Saudi Arabia.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he was.
Okay.
Under the weather, I think he was indisposed, so he wasn't present.
Let's get our man online, Frank Darlington here, man, and let me put some few questions to him, because after this one we'll do some few minutes on the budget. Then we'll have time. This week we'll do more of NDC politics and budget. I think we can do the national where Anita Disoso is loud at it. You know Anita Disoso.
Anita, her position.
National organizer and Anita Disoso, who is saying that there hasn't been any representative from the voter region. The national elections held 2 days and yesterday, results came in yesterday. All the areas in the competition have been knocked and kicked out. She has a problem with that. She had 300.
Yes, 300.
Just 300. National organizer.
Yeah.
NDC doesn't want woman as chair, doesn't want woman as national organizer.
No, it's not like that.
I
What?
believe it's about the competition.
Yes.
The
Okay, so
competition.
Anita Disoso and Betty Mould are not competent for
No, we're not saying-
women
we're not
organizer
saying-
and chairperson
but the kind
respectively.
of people they're competing against. That is what you have to look at. Probably Anita Disoso is competing against Akamba, who's
Yes. So Joshua Kamba is here, 3,084.
So
You see,
Anyone.
before this election,
Mhm.
myself, I had the thinking or a notion that Mr. Yao Jan,
Yes. Yes,
was
Baba Jamal is also Yajan put 1,840.
He was going to win the day because
Baba Jamal did better than.
Even I was surprised. I was surprised because I was thinking that with Sankofa strategy that he himself and Dr. Kwabena, former chairman, they won the party 2008. That was a very fearsome competition that they had to win. And after coming to power in 2012 with Mr. Dramani Mahama, former president, they changed them and they brought new Kofi Adam as a national organizer, and also Dr. Sir Kofi Portofeu, who was a Votarian. And Kofi Adams also, he is Fanti Votarian. So they were in charge. And if you want us to even analyze that aspect, that the two Votarians and other aspect people who were with them have taken them into opposition. So fine, if utterly, maybe common man will say that, but if you are giving you this and you fail, then you have to give other people chance. But I'm not even.
You see, we will come back to do more of the regional balance and ethnic and why and yes and all of that. But it's also important that we get on the line and talk to a specialist who has followed elections for some time. His name is from Darlington Heyman. He's a broadcaster. He is our Kuba right here at EV Urban Radio. Absolutely. Atikbo. Oh, okay. Atikbo is right on the line. We'll get the perspective of Yao Atikbo, communication team officer. Atikbo, you are not able to join us in the studio. Why?
Good morning, Kofi. And good morning to your cherished viewers.
Absolutely. Good morning and welcome. Your very first impression of the election that was held over the weekend. How did you see it?
Kofi, first of all, we would like to thank God for a successful Congress over the weekend. We would like to thank God just because reorganizing a party is not an easy job. Reorganizing from the branch level through to the constituency, through to the region, and to the national level is not an easy time. And we would like to thank God for successful Congress over the weekend. And I would like to place it on record that the gathering of the NDC over the weekend was one of its kind in the history of Ghana. There wasn't anywhere in the history of Ghana that any political party gathered such a big number of delegates at a particular place to vote and elect their leaders. And saying this, you could realize that putting that sheer number of people, big number of people at one particular place, there will by all means be some unity. I may not pretend to say that everything went on successfully well. There are a few minorities anyway. By the end of the day, we had a very good Congress. I will thank God.
That's quite forgive me, worrying. Is it true, the position you have chosen to take, that this is the biggest and nobody, not even MPP, has gathered more than 9,000 people at a place to go through an election like this?
You mean, is it worrying?
I
don't really get your question.
Yes, I want to have the facts that you are saying is the first time, not no party or your party.
Yes, it's true. You can take the record.
Is it no party or your party, the first time your party has gathered such a number?
The first time of the NDC and the first of this time too. The other political party, do they have that number of delegates put at one particular thing?
Okay. Well, let's enter into the substantive. Were you a delegate?
Yes.
Oh, who did you vote for in the chairperson race?
I voted for NDC at the end of the day.
Did you vote for Samuel Ofosu-Ampofo?
I voted for NDC at the end of the day.
What's your take on the chairperson as attained by Samuel Ofosu-Ampofo, Samuel Foto? Do you believe in him? Can he do the job, get you back in power by 2020?
Kofi, let me say this to you, that let we the delegate alone, we would have elected all our national chairman as parents. Because if you look at Dan Abu Dhabi, a seasoned politician, an ambassador, he had all the records.
Mm.
You can talk of Madam Bessie Idrisu, know her record. You can talk of Uncle Foto himself, he has his record. All of them are qualified, all of them. And with the delegates, like they give us a chance, we would have elected all of them to serve the party as a national champion. But they have only one slot. And that slot at the end of the day is NDC. And we don't regret voting for NDC at the end of the day.
Okay, so maybe finally, Samuel Ofosu-Ampofo, General Esedun Nketia, oh, that's a general, I want to say Johnson, forgive me, Johnson Esedun Nketia happens to the General Secretary of the NDC, Dr. Hannah Bisiu, Women Organizer, George Opariado, Youth Organizer, the National Zongo Caucus Coordinator, Mohammed Mama, okay, we have National Communication Officer Sami Jemfi and National Organizer Joshua Akamba. Do you think this team would get you power in 2020 finally?
For me, I can bet my last goal on this, that we are reached up to power 2020.
All right, so thank you very much for your quick input here on EP Urban Radio. But I think by Wednesday we should have you in the studio.
I thought he was going to contribute also about the budget.
The budget, we wouldn't have enough time for the budget, so you have to forgive us. Wednesday we'll dig into the budget.
You know what? This is bad. To have a budget on the budget.
Okay, just have a minute or two.
Okay, it's all right. I can come over to the studio.
I need you in the studio. So I can spare you a minute or two.
Kofi, let me tell you something.
Okay.
You know, before this budget.
Yes, impuntio budget, oh, that's what they call it. Impuntio.
Wait, have you forgotten that we had a Asante budget?
Yes, and a Juma budget.
Yes, and what were the results? When the Asante budget was read, Asante budget, you know the meaning, Asante budget. But we saw the importers and the exporters crying. Asante. And then we came to a Juma budget, which is by literally meaning there should be a lot of jobs. But we witnessed a massive loss of jobs.
No, that's falsehood. They tell us they have created 100,000 jobs in the NAPCO and also planting for food and jobs, thousands of jobs.
Mentioning these things, what do you feel by mentioning all these sorts of things? Do you feel okay? How can you tell us that you created NAPCO? NAPCO, is it a creation of jobs? Extended national service? Is it a creation of jobs? Come on. I mean, sometimes these people must take us serious. And this budget that is the 2019 budget. I mean, we had before the budget saying, oh, 2019 will be the game deadline, massive infrastructure. Did you hear that from me? Did you hear that 2019 massive infrastructure that will be the game deadline?
But how would the Nanado Dankwa Akufo-Addo government do more if your party or your government led by John Dramani Mahama, immediate past president of the republic, created the banking mess and they have to pay some 9.9 million Ghana cedis to fix the banking sector? How would they do more?
Okay, if you say they created the banking mess, how? They did the banking mess, how? Let me tell you something. Look. You, the finance minister, you were going for almost about 1.2 billion or something to settle the non-performing loans. Last time I came to the studio, I showed you how, even as I'm speaking, how the non-performing loans are increasing. So let me tell you, even if you have a creative way of solving problems, do you think the best approach is to collapse all the banks?
He didn't collapse them. He consolidated them. 5 banks being consolidated to strengthen them. Is that not the case?
And do you know that that's affecting the SMEs? And do you know that that contributed to the hardship that we are having? That the banks are not extending credit to the SMEs anymore. So why can't you find another creative way of solving the problem? That money that you are waiting for to bail out, why can't you bail the bank out, coach them, take up all the management, coach them and put them on the proper, footing, rather than making them collapsing them? Well, that debate, I'll come over, then we have that debate.
For more of that's very good. But for now,
what I want to say is that the capital expenditure that they are promising that the 2019 will be the game changer. Let me tell you something. The capital expenditure for 2000, let me start from 2017 for you. It has declined from 4.5% of GDP in 2015 to 3.1% in 2017. And this is going lower again to 2.5% in 2019. So how can you compare 2.5% of capital expenditure in 2019 to that of 4.5% in 2015? And you say it's a different time. You are going for hydro, they call it partner, we call it loan. And you are only going to spend only 200 billion out of that 2.5 billion on infrastructure, and you are calling it game changer. All the roads that they mentioned in the budget that we are going to construct, some were just a repetition of the 2017 budget, and the others are just Mahama projects that funds are already secured. So what are they saying?
okay, so we're going to leave it here, but I ask you your opinion on 2 questions but put together. We've had our corruption series here on EP Awake, dubbed Stealing the People Part 1 and 2. We are here to do the Part 3, and it's all talking about corruption. We've had a series of corruption review here, even after the Kofi EOC or the EOCO boss incident. We've had a lot of them. Now, this budget is actually saying 180 million Ghana cedis has been slated or budgeted for the SP's office, the Special Prosecutor's Office. How do you welcome this news? And also, we hear in the news, sorry, in the budget, I must say that Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, who says the building of the National Cathedral is priority of priorities, is telling us that in the budget through Ken Oforiatta that there would be a seed money for the construction of the National Cathedral. A bite on these 2 things, then we close.
Kofi, it's undeniable fact that corruption is a cancer, and corruption is really killing us. And any step by any government to fight corruption is welcome by everybody. And we, from the beginning, we are thinking the office of the Special Prosecutor will actually solve some of the corruption problems that we have in the country. Voting almost for 180 billion to the office is good anyway. But I don't think it's sufficient because for me, I think that office needs more resources than whatever the government is doing now. And for me, I'm happy for that aspect of the budget that actually they are going to resource Maslam now to start doing something. To the point of the cathedral, I don't really understand our business. Your citizens are dying because they don't have hospital beds. Your citizens are sitting on stones in schools. There is this kind of very hard thing on Ghanaians now. And all we are telling us is for you to use our resources to build a church. Cathedral is a church, though. Then your priority is to use our money to establish a church. And how can you just build a cathedral on a line? They told us from the beginning that the money was going to be raised by the clergy. Let me put it that way. Now, we've been told in the budget that the government is going to put a big money. In addition to that, the land that they are going to construct the cathedral on worth more than $14 million in the prime land. And the demolition of all those properties to pay away for the construction of the cathedral worth millions of dollars. And you are telling that that is your priority of priorities? That's why you've been elected into office? Well, 2022, I mean, Ghanaians will be offered the opportunity of seeing a new government that will take care of all their needs and the progress of the nation.
All right, so thank you very much, sir, and we'll see you this very Wednesday to delve into this very budget and NDC Congress.
I'll say my hi to Harry, like the other analyst in the studio. What's the name?
Omar Rabiu.
Exactly. I think I have to put some addition. I mean, it's been well. And Harry is super, you know?
Yes.
I met with Harry at the Congress ground.
Yes.
Very frustrated and tired.
Okay. It's nice having you on the line. Absolutely.
Okay, thanks so much, Joey.
Yes. Some of you should know Christmas is coming home.
Don't worry, we'll do something about it. We'll do something.
All right, so that was good brother Yao Atiko join us on the telephone to discuss more of the budget and the NDC politics and the election congress that they held over the weekends. He's the communication team member for Ayawaso Central for NDC. Back into the studios, then we can wrap up this very morning. you have yes.
My spending almost 72 hours with the NDC Congress. No, I'm even sleeping in the studio.
Wow.
Yeah. So in
that's why you're on dark glasses, right?
Yeah, my eyes cannot be.
Your eyes are red.
It was a good show.
Okay.
In terms of NDC as a political entity. The contribution toward the social, political dispensation of the country.
Do you also support the claim that 9,000 people gathered at one place is
no, but by virtue of I think the historical antecedent that previously the number was the different group of numbers that's up to 9,000 or so.
Yeah.
Then MPP also one came into 15,000, and then this one has got into 25.
But the fact is, they didn't gather them at one place. That's the point he's making.
No, this particular one.
Yeah. I mean,
the number of people, delegates who supposed to vote.
Yes.
The involvement is more higher than ever before. That's why he's trying to say.
Absolutely. So but the key point I was making is that MPP one was kind of decentralized.
Not the same thing, because mind you, NDC had earlier on voted on women's and youth organizers as separate places too, and the presidential one too will also come on somewhere in December. So it's the same thing, but for this particular day, the delegates who voted and the involvement, I think it's more here, but at the later.
I'm still going to keep you here. Let me get critical with Umar on the budget.
Yeah.
Umar, what's your opinion on the budget? It was read on Thursday. Today is Monday. What have you here around the Ghanaian populace? What are they talking about the budget? As a financial person.
Wow. With the budget, I think we do a dispassionate analysis of the budget.
Yes.
You will have to look at it in threefold.
One.
The first one you have to consider is the macroeconomic.
Okay, the macroeconomy.
Yeah.
That's the bigger picture.
That's the bigger picture. You have to look at how government is doing within this box.
Okay, number two.
And the second one we would consider is the impact is having on businesses and then households.
Okay, impact on business.
And then households.
Viewer, let's take a critical look at that. So microeconomy, the bigger picture, impact on business. Number 2. Number 3.
On business and household.
Business and household.
That's the number
And
2.
that's number
Yes.
2. And then the third one,
Mhm.
the infrastructure gap.
Oh, infrastructure.
How we are going to reduce our infrastructure deficit.
Okay.
So I think that is the 3 thematic areas.
Areas. Oh no, you said 4. You needed 4. You've lost count of 1. You said 3.
You mentioned 3.
Okay, 3. Gap. Okay. So the very first one is the microeconomy, the impact on business and household, and the infrastructure gap. How we can reduce it. Do you think this budget has tackled all these 3 pillars of yours?
I would not say everything. I would say to a majority percentage it has done that.
How many of a percentage would you give?
I would say 60 to 70%.
60 to 70.
Exactly.
Wow.
So you know the government is practicing fiscal consolidation, and under the IMF program, we are trying as much as possible to cut down the infrastructure deficit, the physical deficit. And as much as possible, if you do that, then you lessen the debt burden. You're able to get fiscal space to operate. Now, what I've seen from government is that they have been able to cut down the fiscal deficit from 2016 from 9.3% to 5.2 or 5.7%. That is a huge gap. Still, although this has been brought down, still the burden on our books, on our revenue is so huge. The amortization and the interest payments on revenue alone is 26.6%. That is a huge margin. We are paying averagely $16 or $14 billion each and every year on interest payment. That is a huge gap.
Yes, you mentioned the number. I was just searching for that number because you have the number. Please mention it again.
$14 billion.
14 billion.
That is a huge
That is not to pay the loan, no. To service the loan, the interest.
The interest payment.
Interest payment.
That's the interest payment. So that tells you that it has a lot of problem in our books. So what we need to do is that we have to cut down this debt burden so that we can free up the fiscal.
But we keep going for more.
You know, debt stock is not in isolation. It comes with certain factors.
Okay.
You cannot do analysis just by the isolation of debt stock. Now, if you look at since 2016, when the new administration came into being, the budget debt stock was around 120 billion.
Yeah.
Debt stock.
Yeah. 120 billion has increased now to 170
Billion Ghana cedis.
Yeah.
Yeah, billion. Yeah. And has increased to 170 billion Ghana cedis.
And Mahama is making a big claim out of that, you know.
No, I think what you have to do is you don't need to look at it in terms of its isolation. You have to look at it in terms of the debt to GDP ratio. What impact is it having on
the people.
That's
If you have
let me make this analysis. Whenever you borrow, you have to consider the returns on your borrowing. That's most important. And in government is the rate of growth that will showcase whether what you borrow is prudent or not. You get me? If you look at
Prudent borrowing.
If you look at the NDC, the previous administration,
Yes.
when this new administration took over, the debt to GDP ratio was around 73.1%.
Yeah.
Now the debt to GDP ratio in 2016 dropped. 2017 dropped to 68%.
Yeah. The finance minister mentioned
That's
it.
But the most difficult thing is that the debt to GDP has now risen to 70%, from 68% to 70%. That is another worrying thing. I was thinking that since we are practicing fiscal consolidation, as much as possible, we cut down on our debt to GDP ratio, because that is how you analyze. You don't analyze debt stock in its isolation. Analyze it based on the growth rates and how you are able to increase it. It's the relativity in growth that you consider based on the way you borrow. But what this government has done, that I commend them, is that they have been able to cut down the average interest payment.
Okay.
Previously it was around 23%, has come down to around 19-18%. That means you don't pay more. The interest payment has now dwindled down. That is one thing. But still we have to cut down on the debt. I remember the finance minister said that if we cut down 10% interest on our debt, we have $1.6 billion which can finance the free SHS. That is a huge amount. That tells you that the interest payment we are paying on loans is so huge.
Isn't it worrying that in opposition and when you won the people's mandate,
Yeah.
you tout that the government of the day, John Mahama government, is borrowing and over borrowing, and we have money in this country. Allow us to come and we'll fix this mess in our economy, and we won't borrow.
No, I don't think the government. I don't think the government said they will not borrow. What they were trying to say is that the debt to GDP ratio was too high, and then you have to cut it down because to be able to consolidate and then to be able to sustain your debt and create physical space within your revenue, you have to much as possible cut down your debt and make sure that the money you use, you don't get it into recurrent expenditure, but you get into areas that would grow the economy. That's the most important. And I think that is what this government is trying to do, but they're finding it difficult because they've been able to do it, but they're trying it difficult. Yeah. And that is the challenge we have been facing throughout the economic situation. That's the challenge we have been facing throughout the economic situation. And the debt sustainability plan has to be kept. And as much as possible, we have to look at alternative way of getting, money. But doesn't
you have to be, politicians have to be crafty in crafting the revenue mobilization.
And one thing that we have to consider in our fiscal consolidation is revenue, mobilization. That's very important. We have to widen the tax base, and which is extremely important.
And taxing the citizen the more.
Yeah, the more. The only thing we can do is that, as the Vice President has said, you have to formalize the economy. And formalizing the economy, you are able to widen, get people into the electronic system
to pay
able to
taxes.
You get me, to pay taxes, and that would widen the tax base. But what I've seen from this government is that sometimes they're able to be smart in increasing some taxes somewhere and then reducing some taxes.
And this budget, I think there were some reduction or some tax annulment.
No, I think is that whereby they say when you are taking salary 10,000 and above, then you're supposed to pay taxes.
Those that are
they drop
the
that
income tax.
That increase. Then 20,000 if you take in 20,000.
The big problem is that this would not have impact on the revenue mobilization of government.
Yeah, because how many people take to 20,000 in Ghana?
Exactly. That's what the problem is.
Yeah, private people.
So what the government would always want to do is that they want to meet up their revenue target. Probably they say by 2018 December we have to meet this target. And if they see that they are having shortfalls, they have to try as much as possible to readjust the tax reforms, use a bit of tax reform so that they can meet up the revenue target. Because if you don't meet up your revenue target, your debt deficit would balloon, and which would be a big problem on your fiscal consolidation.
All right, so you are still with us here on EP Awake with me, Kofi, Asante, Mensah, and we have a financial analyst from Zobi Ghana Limited, and his name is Umar Rabiu. Zobi Ghana Limited. Umar Rabiu Kuta, is it correct?
Yeah,
absolutely. Our reporter and producer and programs head of EP Radio is also with us in the studio, Henry Edu Amiya. We've been talking about the NDC National Delegate Congress, and now we are on the budget. He went ahead to sleep over the... No, that's not all. He spent about 3 or 2 days with the NDC at the Fantasy Dome, the Trade Fair Center here in Accra, and he has prepared quite a detailed report for us. We're going through the winners. As a matter of fact, on Wednesday we would also dig deeper into what it means for the NPP with this new leadership. At least we have some old key persons like Siedu Ketia and the rest in there. Aite and all of that are also in there. So
we have another firebrands like Chief Azuka.
Azuka is also
comes along with
Akamba for national. You see, so this is fantastic. And
Akamba was a deputy and national.
Absolutely. Now he is upgraded and he is up there for the national.
Courtesy his expose
at the senior high school, in the northern region. I don't know, maybe that one did the magic.
Yeah, that's the trick
for him.
So people are bringing Papa Jama of loose garden, as we say, loose garden. Say loose garden for you be the former minister, and also parliamentarian at the Eastern region, Akotia. Now people were expecting him to be crafty to have come out with a lot of slogans and strategy.
Yeah,
Because
Baba
people
has done
trust him.
quite.
Yeah, for a while.
On that, so we've been doing that for you here on EP Awake with me, Kofi Asante. Now we are on the budget, and we will just meander through with the two topics this morning. The budget was read to us per Article 179 of our Constitution. Every year there should be financial or budgets and economic policy statement from the government of the day, and that's what the Nanado Dankwa led NPP government has did on Thursday. We had a little bite of it on Friday. Today is Monday, and we are here to dig a little deeper into it. But we'll do more on Wednesday. We are here with a financial analyst, and we are trying to make sense out of the Borofo and grammar spelled to us on Thursday. A little bit of the pillars that the budget carried, as touted by the information minister a day before the budget reading. He indicated, and I found out in the budget, that there are pillars on this budget themed a strong economy for jobs and prosperity. And when Finance Minister Ken Oforiatta was ending, he says this is Akufo-Addo's Impuntu budget. The very first one is infrastructure for them. The number two is agriculture modernization. The third one I must say is industrialization, and the fourth is entrepreneurship, and the fifth is revenue mobilization and protecting the public purse, and the final one is social intervention. Let's look a little bit into the infrastructure bit, Mr. Umar. Yeah, okay.
I saw the 7 pillars and I was okay with that, because that is the thematic use, and it conforms with the 3 areas.
With the 3 areas you mentioned. Okay.
The revenue mobilization and protecting the public purse. It's very,
maybe a little closer to it. Yeah.
Now, if you look at revenue mobilization, it's very key. If we consider our revenue to GDP ratio, it's extremely low. We are not getting as we are getting in terms of our GDP, how we are worth. So the government has a lot of work to do in able to increase our
revenue.
That's very important.
Is NAPCO the magic? Will NAPCO do the magic?
I don't think the NAPCO alone will do it in isolation. It's going to be integration of various mechanisms and the factors that GRE, General Revenue Authority, is going to put in place. And it's very, very important they put this in place. With the protection of public purse, it's important that we cut profligate expenditures. That is extremely important. Kind of the money that we spend, statutory expenditure, paying, wages and salaries, ghost names within our books, our payroll, is extremely high. So as much as possible, we need to cut down on cut down on the profligate expenditures, so that we can be able to free up the fiscal space. So as much as possible, if we do that, you're able to free up the
space. Do you see this government being able to do this cut down of such expenditures?
I think they can do it. The only thing they have to do is that they have to as much as possible curb loopholes. Make sure that they close loopholes. Because most of the money that are supposed to come to government are not coming directly to government. They are getting into individual pockets to get it. So that is how government needs to do to get this in place. And I think the formalization of the economy in terms of electronic payment system would help it. And as they are seeing, agencies of government all would have to go electronic. It means that no person who sits in the office will take money. You have to go through the electronic system in payment. That would help, cut down on this. And to go through the second one, which I spoke about, which is the impact on businesses and
households. Yeah.
That would fall into what we call the agricultural modernization,
industrialization,
entrepreneurship.
Okay.
And then I think social intervention. These are 4 thematic areas that government has to focus on. And the entrepreneurship, we know under the NEIP program, National Entrepreneurship and Innovation Program.
Yes.
We are training people, but the most important thing there is to monitor. If you give young entrepreneurs funds, you should be able to monitor and evaluate how they are performing and what kind of impact it's having on their businesses, so as to be able to help them in terms of capacity building, in terms of management, in terms of everything. So you don't give them money just to take it and then, how do you call it, inject in their business, but you also monitor them and see whether they are using the money for the right purpose. They have given over 1,000 funds in that regard. That
Is it under SMEs or what? Or you're
There.
talking about there?
No, National Entrepreneurship is a new initiative. It was used.
That's a NACO.
No, no, NACO.
Okay.
That's the National Entrepreneurship and Innovation Plan. It's an initiative that was set up by government.
Yeah, I saw
Provide
something like
funding.
that last Friday.
Yeah, and then they have provided funding to over 1,000, how do you call it, entrepreneurs.
So what's the difference of between the NACOM and this one? Or NACOM is just
NACO is more
try to-
employment, try to give people employment.
like a employment agency,
Exactly.
and this one is to give the technical or the technical support in terms of setting up your own entrepreneurship stuff.
Exactly. Most of them have their existing businesses at hand. Most of the people that were, I was fortunate. Our Zobi Ghana was part of the incubation, as part of the incubation hub, and NIP. We have trained.
So do we qualify as a EP radio?
I would not say EP radio. It's open to everybody. It's open to the
No,
public.
I'm talking about the setup in terms of the kind of organization that we have. If somebody does have something like that, does it qualify to?
Exactly. So far as you have a business, you have a running business that you produce internally, either in manufacturing, adding value, or everything, beverages and everything. You are running a business and you want support, you can join the hand. And then I think they have finished with the first phase. They are the verge of getting the second phase on board. So our phase was part of the incubation hub that train applicants, and then we recommended some of the applicants to NEIP, and then they give them funding. So that is what exactly happened for that. So in terms of that captures entrepreneurship. If you look at the social intervention, that's extremely important. The free SHS, I'm looking at the sustainability aspect of the free SHS as to whether we can sustain it. Because as and when it keeps on moving on each and every year, the cost will keep on rising. Yeah. So what source of funds do we have in place in order to sustain that? That is very important. What I know is that some of the annual petroleum budget fund is channeled through that. I'm not clear on that whether that is the case. But if that happens, then probably we have to look at how sustainable this would be. And I think the leaders or the founders would have the capacity to be able to sustain that program. Social intervention, NAPCO also is coming on board, has 100,000 jobs. I think it's
We are laughing.
You are also laughing.
100,000 jobs. You.
No, I think what this is, I classify it as a social intervention because it's a short-term measure, just to be able to curb the unemployment situation in the country. We know how the unemployment situation is hampering progress, and if you have such initiative where it's going to cater for some of these things, why not, how do you call it, appreciate that. But the most important thing is sustainability of the program and how we are going to transit these graduates from this step to another step. That's a very important thing.
So how long is government intend to keep?
So it is 3 years contract with the graduates. You sign an appointment letter 3 years, and then after 3 years, if there's a subject to renewal, you renew it. But if you have another job somewhere you want to go, you can skip that and then move. So that is the background of that. Kofi,
That's very awesome. And we won't stretch this because we are behind time already, and we'll have to wrap up. Maybe on Wednesday, if you can join us in the studio, we can join you online to talk more with you. Thank you very much, Mr. Umar Rabiu Kuta from Zobi. Okay, Zobi Ghana Limited. He's a finance officer, and thank you very much, my producer Henry Edu Ameyao. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
No, before I do that, I want to say that Manos the shortfall or the shortcomings of the time management, and also lack
everything
of coordination.
Everything was good.
Yes, it was a serious thing because eventually NDC has been able to elect their new officers.
But we are hearing the December one is going to be postponed or something like that, the presidential one.
No, there was a talk that the timing was too close to what they've done. So they will just adjust the time, but because it's a constitutional mandate in their constitution. Anytime the NDC is in opposition, they're supposed to elect the presidential aspirant 2 years ahead of time. And it goes with the day because December is the last month of the year. So if even they are able to do that on 17th December, it could be done within the same before the 31st December ends. So no matter what. So that's what's going to be done.
I'm not sure you want to spoil people's Xmas festive season or.
Oh no, but from what I gather, from observation that I've been with the committee 72 hours, I saw that the NDC have sort of resolute that they're sort of going with Mr. John Dramani Mahama.
Oh, John will win.
Yeah, because he watched their body language.
He'll win.
Irrespective of
he will come and meet Nana and
you're not
see.
You're not being fair to the other candidates.
Oh no, the other people have the
Spear and the rest know that. Thank you very much.
I saw the voters there for other people's too.
Yes.
They're campaigning for them.
All right.
But the party, their psyche and everything is battle ready. That they have a caption as a together we win the 2020 election. That was the motto.
Do you reckon what Rollins told them?
When Rollins came there,
let's listen to ourselves.
Yes.
I think it's key. We'll leave it here because of time. Thank you very much.
We wish NDC
well. Thank you.
Thank
you too. Thank you very much. My name is Kofi Asante Mensah, and this is how time will permit us to end the show here, right here on EP Urban Radio, EP Awake. And thank you very much to the production team, online editor, Yusuf Bilal, and also Shakira. Speedy recovery to you, our boss himself, the photography officer, Richard Ahmed, and also Imeko Prince, the boss himself, Imeko Prince. On behalf of this great team, I say good team Morgan. Good morning to you. It's Kofi Asante Mensah saying bye-bye to you. Enjoy.
Our wife is also here. What money do you? Our wife is here. You didn't mention our wife's name. So you have to go back and mention. I'm here.
You better. I don't know anything.
When you sit here, if you are not careful, you will see people.
Yes.